can be seen each Sunday night in HBO Sex and the City. Please welcome the lovely and talented Kristin Davis. How are you?
I'm great.
Thank you for coming on the show. Nice to have you here.
It's my pleasure. And look who's here.
Hey, it's Matthew Broderick.
I've met him before.
Cool. Oh, of course.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes,
Working with his wife on the show.
Yes.
This is, congratulations. The show's doing quite well. This is a big hit for you. And what's the response on the street that you've gotten? Because the show is very explicit.
Yes.
About sex and how women talk about sex. What's the response you're getting just walking around talking to people who've seen the show?
Well, it's pretty intense, pretty extreme, and I think it's part of the good thing of our show is that it kind of frees people up to talk about it all, but it seems to give them license to, you know, talk to us about their own issues and problems and things that they relate to.
People come up to you on the street and do that?
They do, all the time. You know, their favorite weird guy or weird interaction or whatever. And I think with men this year so far, the favorite has been, my character went out with this guy who had this little habit of, he would, how should I say, he would adjust himself, you know, a lot.
Yes, that's what we men call it, adjusting ourselves.
Is that what you call it? I don't know. I'm sure you have a better name. And it was like a terrible habit. And my characters, I'm kind of conservative. And
right. You're the sort of the prude on the show a little bit.
Well, you know, they say that. And then every time I come on a talk show and someone says that, I go to work and Sarah Jessica's like, you have sex with more people on the show than I do. Which is true. She's like, Charlotte, she's conflicted.
I see.
She's prudish, but yet she's still kind of busy, you know? So
that's the term, busy, huh?
Kind of busy. That's what we call it. The ladies on our show are kind of busy. But so the men come up, they confess their stuff to me, and they're always like, well, you know, I adjust myself all the time, and my girlfriend never sees me. I mean, it's so strange.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to, well, I especially, but I wouldn't think you'd want a guy telling you about how he adjusts himself or demonstrating it or anything.
Yeah.
Well, what about, I've heard that some of the episodes on the show, some of the things that happen are based on actual experiences that members of the cast have had. Is that true?
Well, see, we try to pretend that that's not true. And in fact, on the set, you know, if we see a writer, we're very quiet, and we're like, we're not talking about anything, and we never talk about Matthew. It has nothing has anything to do with Matthew. But,
except that episode, Mr. Super Macho.
Yeah!
He's doing it now for laughs, but he was doing it earlier for real.
See, you probably all were.
All through the commercial break. It was filthy.
I bet you were.
It's a big party. It's an adjusting party here.
That's what y'all do in private, right?
Yeah. Sure. Well, what's an example of one that, like, is there anything from your life that's been used on the show?
Well, they deny this, my writers, but I have a lot of girlfriends who are lesbians, you know, friends that I've known for years, and I always try to fit in with them. You know, I love them, and they're wonderful, and I'm single, and, you know, I'm
What is it you're trying to say?
I hang out with them, and I love them, and I wish I could be a lesbian, and they just totally won't fully. I mean, like, sometimes, you know, you just wish, oh, gosh, this would be so great if I could.
Yeah.
Because they're lovely.
Yeah.
Exactly. But, you know, I just can't quite, because, I mean, in reality, I'm straight, and I had a whole episode where I try to fit in with the lesbians, and then they reject me eventually, you know.
So that did play a little bit into your, well, is it a fantasy? Would you want to go that far?
Should I go that far, Matthew?
Sure.
Yeah.
You creep. Yeah, right.
Okay, I'll behave. But I mean, I just haven't done that well being straight. I mean, I'm single, and
What do you mean you haven't done well? That's whenever beautiful women come on the show and they say, "Yeah, I can't find a guy," I'm like, "Not true," you know.
You think?
I just don't. Yeah, I don't.
You don't buy it?
Yeah.
You don't know any single women, Conan? I don't believe you.
Well, no, I just feel like you're saying you have no luck with it. I mean.
Well, I wouldn't go so far to say as I have no luck, but I'm the only actress on our show who is single. Everyone else is in committed relationships, and you know, it is quite a topic of discussion. You know, why am I single? And
well, what are you looking for in a guy? Do you want to? I mean, what is it? What's your criteria? I'm just curious.
Well, if I knew that, I would be doing a lot better than I am. But, I mean, I think part of the problem is that the men that I meet who are, you know, I'm over 30, and the men that I meet are often over 30, and the pool seems to be diminishing. You know, it's like all the really nice guys some woman has grabbed up. Like, you know, they're married. So it seems like the over 30 pool is kind of diminishing in terms of like they're a little freaky in their tastes and their behavior and what they're looking for.
I don't know. I'm over 30, and you know.
Are you telling me there's nothing
I don't know. I don't think I'm a freak, you
No?
know. I just think there are some guys over 30 out there who, you know what I mean, who haven't gotten married yet, but, you know, whatever.
And you're all right?
No, that's not true. What do your parents think of the show? Do you have conservative parents? Or, I mean, like, I know my parents, for example, you know, they wouldn't sit down and watch a show like that no matter how good it was, because they just, you know, they wouldn't, it's not their thing. They're too conservative.
Yeah, that's true with my parents, too. I come from the South, from South Carolina. And my parents, I used to be on Melrose Place, and they were upset about that. So when I got this job, I was like, oh.
They have a pool in their apartment.
And they jump in it. It was the jumping in the pool with all of the different people that they were concerned over. So when I got this, I was just like, guys, you know, you're not going to get to see the show because you're going to be too upset about it.
Right.
So we don't have HBO. My grandmother lives with them, and she's 92. And
so they don't see the show at all?
No, they don't see the show. But then what happened was they both work at a university, and they have a lot of young students and younger people, and they'd go to work, and they'd say, oh, did you see the show last night? Kristin was so great. And my mom would say, oh, really good. What did she do? And they'd go, she, I gotta go. You know, I mean, they didn't even want to tell her, you know, because it's embarrassing. I mean, I'm their child.
You should just make up that the show is about something completely different. You know what I mean? It's really innocent.
I should.
It's a remake of The Sound of Music, you know?
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah. You don't have HBO. Too bad.
You want to hear the best part? My grandmother has now figured out that I have a job. I mean, like, she knows I'm not broke and whatever, and but she can't remember what it's called. I think she made my mother tell her, and now she just has a blank. Like, she's like, well, Kristin's doing something.
Right.
But, you know, because she can't even imagine that I'm on a show called Sex and the City.
Right. Better not to discuss that.
Exactly.
With Granny.
Exactly.
I call her Granny.
Okay.
Yeah, I take that liberty. How is Granny?
I think she'd like that.
Sex and the City is Sundays at 9 p.m. on HBO. And, Kristin, it was really nice having you on the program.
Thank you.
Best of luck with the shows.
Thank you.
Kristin Davis, everybody. We'll take a break. Flame.